Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna do our first Japan planning videos, and the first one is what are the top things to take with you to Japan. So we'll start. I've been to Japan now, I think 5 times. And it's only been my latest trip where I've probably felt the most prepared and I haven't had the need to go to a shop to go and buy something because I've forgotten it or something. So hopefully what I'll share with you will help you when you go to Japan. Hopefully it'll help you if you go to some other places as well, because some of these things are transferable. So let's start then. The first one I would totally recommend, I haven't got a picture of it, relates to your phone. So if you have access to Taobao or Taobao, or however you want to pronounce it, then I would totally recommend you look at ordering a SIM card for your phone. Obviously you could take your phone abroad, but then you're probably the cost of using your phone, especially with so many social media happening, you'll find that your bill will end up just cropping up. So if you get a SIM card, then obviously you can use your SIM card. You can basically use Japan, the network there, and then not having to worry about a phone bill for when you return. So that's what I do, and then my SIM card then lasts for 2 weeks, and I can then upload stuff when I'm over there. I can vlog, I can go on Facebook, I can go on Instagram, I can do all the social media sites. So definitely something to look at getting. Now if you don't have access, then obviously don't worry, you can actually get SIM cards while you're in Japan, and I've seen it at the airports in the vending machine. So just have a look at that and look at investing in one. It probably definitely will work out cheaper than using your own network abroad. The second thing to take which relates to the SIM card, and actually probably applies more to Apple phones, is this. So if you've got an Apple phone, you definitely need one of these. So this, what does this do? You can actually then take your SIM card out. Now I forgot to take one of these when I was, there you go, check it out. I forgot to take one of these when I flew to Hong Kong, and I was in a bit of a pickle. I tried everything. I used a toothpick, I used a paper clip, and I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get a change. So luckily my relative had one actually attached to her keys, so that helped. Otherwise, yeah, I would have been in a real complete mess. So I always put mine in here. As you can see, there's a SIM card there. I think that was from my last travel. But I always pop it in one of these pouches, and it goes into my travel bag. So that's number 2. The third thing to go and take, and it depends if you've been to Japan before, then hopefully you've got one of these. If you haven't, then it's something to go and invest in while you're over there. So the third thing are xoxx cards. So xoxx card looks like this. It's like an Oyster card, but you can actually you can actually use it in shops as well. So if you're in Hong Kong, they have the octopus card. Here in Japan it's xoxx card. So this is what it looks like. You can get these at the train stations. Here's my one. You can see it's been decorated with humming mint stickers. But yeah, definitely you get those, because that will help you when you look at travelling in and around Japan. The fourth thing to go and take with you, especially if you're chosen to not stay in a hotel. I used to stay in hotels. I mean, I think 3 trips I did hotels, and then 2 trips I did Airbnb. And I don't think I'll go back to a hotel. I'll stick with Airbnb. So the fourth thing would be slippers, and these are still in their packaging. The reason why I take slippers, I just find it more comfortable around the house, especially if it's floorboards and not carpet. Just prefers to have slippers. And I remember when I first did Airbnb, I didn't have any slippers, so we then had to go to a shop which was about 15-minute walk away to go and buy a pair when I knew I had a load at home. So definitely slippers, just feels a bit more comfortable. Right, number 5 are your travel adapters. In Japan it is a 2-pin. See, 2-pin. And this one I suggest, it's not just any travel adapter. We normally take the one with got 2 USB ports, so it's definitely something to look at investing. The reason being is you end up charging so much. I have to, at night I end up having to charge my phone, sometimes my power bank, then depends on which day, and then I've got then my camera as well, so that's 3 things to go and charge. Oh no, 4 things, and then my watch as well, so that's 4 things to go and charge. And sometimes if you think that's you've got 4 things, and your other half or whoever you're traveling with could potentially have 4 things as well, so then that's looking for 8 sockets around the apartment or the hotel. And to be honest with you, you're unlikely to find 8 sockets unless where you're staying is very, very big, or you're staying in this, like, you know, president suite or something. So at least then by having like 2 USB ports, you can at least charge 2 things in one socket. So definitely recommend that. And I don't know where we got this, but Logic. I'm sure my husband found it on Amazon or something, but if I find any, I think I'll pop the link down below. I'm sure I'll find it. I'll pop a link down below so you can just have a look, but I'm not sure if that will be the cheapest, but at least it gives you an idea. Number 6 to take around with you is a power bank in Japan, because you are likely, because it's, well, Japan is such an amazing place. You'll end up doing a lot of videos, either vlogging or your own personal videos. You'll end up, well, with social media being massive as well, you'll be on Twitter quite a lot. You'll be posting, updating your Facebook story, updating your Instagram story, potentially doing some kind of live, which means then your phone will probably die out really, really quickly before you even get back to your place to go and charge it up. So I totally recommend taking a power bank with you. Now this one is 10,000. I think the capacity is 10,000. Don't know if you can see that. 10,000. So I can charge quite a bit. So I've got, so far yesterday my battery was dead and I charged it up to about 7%, so I've used 16% of this already. I got this in Japan, and so therefore I think it can charge up to 3 or 4 times before I have to charge again. So if you go in, make sure you take this and your lead as well. I've actually been out and about with this but no lead. I'm like, oh, I have to go and buy a lead now. So definitely have one of these in your bag ready. So on to number 6. The 6th thing relates to an app on your phone, and I would totally recommend getting Google Translate. The reason being is that what's great is got the camera function. So what you can do, obviously I can't do it now to show you, but what you can do, you can actually, if you're not sure about something, so take a packet of, like, I don't know, noodles, and you want to see what they had ingredients wise, you literally then go to that camera bit, align the text, and it then just like literally highlights it and it gives you a rough idea. Now obviously it's not going to be 100%. Some of the translations are actually quite funny, but it actually gives you a quick starter for 10. The other thing it does is really great, is if you are stuck in like a shop or something and you've tried talking in English, and to be honest with you, a lot of the Japanese do know English, which I'm really like, I think it's really great. What I'm trying to say is that it's really great because a lot of people come to the UK and we don't know any language really, we just know English. So I do think it's great that obviously going into places they know and they can speak our language. But if it gets a bit difficult for them, then you can just go to Google Translate, type it in, and then show them. So we were in Sega once, and I think we were a bit stuck on something. I can't remember exactly. Oh, I think it was there was a prize or something, and we got a bit stuck and we weren't sure. We tried to explain it to the guy, but it just wasn't, he didn't quite understand, so we literally typed it into our Google Translate and then showed him, and he understood. So definitely look at just downloading the app, and if you then don't need it later, then just delete it, but at least it's there for you. And obviously by downloading it here rather than in Japan, then you save on your mobile costs. Number 8 relates to actually your flight when you're over there or going there. Now, a lot of the flights now, because save money, don't actually give you one of these amenity packs. Now, if you obviously travel like premium economy or above, then most likely you will get one of these, but quite a lot of the airlines don't do it, especially now. British Airways, if you fly economy, you don't actually get one of these, which means you then don't get the toothbrush. So if you then forget to actually pack a toothbrush in your hand luggage, which, to be honest with you, I never do. I don't pack that at all. I pop it in my own luggage, my big luggage, and then it goes into, well, goes away, and then you get it later. But yeah, you probably need to look at just getting one of these. I know I've kept on like my amenity packs from like previous trips and stuff. So I've like end up getting spare, so then I just take them on board. But the most important bit, I think, is the toothbrush and toothpaste, which, yeah, just make sure you pack a spare. Do I use the other bits? Not really, but that's just me. So that's number 8. Number 9, which I haven't got with me to show you, I would totally recommend getting some vacuum bags. Now, if you don't pack your vacuum bags here, or forget, you can actually get vacuum bags in Japan, places like Dasio, and obviously that'd be quite cheap. The reason being is that if you're like me, you go to Japan, you think, oh, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, and then you find you don't have much luggage space left, and then it's like, oh. Especially if you end up buying like figurines, because the figurine boxes are so big, and if you obviously don't want your boxes flattened and you don't want to like harm with the figure itself, then you obviously don't have much space left, because if you say you bought 4 big figurines, that's like literally most of the luggage gone, and then it's then trying to fit everything else in. Or if you buy a load of plushes, then that takes up big space, especially like a Nezaberry. So we bought, no, we didn't buy, we actually won about 3 Nezaberries on about 2 trips ago, and I think the most, yeah, well, I think we did 3 as well in this most recent one. So you can imagine it's like that takes up a lot of space. So if I pop it in the vacuum bag, then obviously vacuum packing it, you can vacuum pack it. Now, you probably need to just make sure, if you are looking to vacuum pack, is there going to be a vacuum cleaner for you to go and vacuum pack your items. Now, being in a hotel, then that's going to be very unlikely that there will be one for you. If you are staying at Airbnb, then just ask your host. The last 2 we were at, they all had the vacuum cleaner, so we could actually vacuum pack our clothes and also our plushes that we bought back, and that was a complete lifesaver, because otherwise I don't know how I could have bought the items back. Now my luggage was within way, it was just taking a lot of space. So that's number 9. And then the final thing I would recommend is taking a lightweight foldable bag. To be honest with you, most places actually do give bags, but the reason why I'm saying take a lightweight foldable one is that if you end up buying little bitty things, it's probably best, and you don't want to lose it, you can pop it all into one bag. Again, they're available in lots of places in Japan, because they do encourage it, even though they give you bags still. But yeah, I totally recommend that. So those are my top 10 things for Japan. I hope if you're going very soon, you do look at taking some of those tips with you. I'm definitely going to be packing those 10 items in my bag, or downloading it on my phone if it's not on my phone already. And if there is anything else or any questions with regards to the Japan travel, then please comment down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.